Coming up next.
Where your really valuable experience will come is when you're doing your student teaching practicum. You're going to learn so much from the teacher you're paired with. Just take everything in, ask so many questions. You just got to get through those university years, and then the real fun stuff comes, and the real practical stuff will come when you start teaching.
The Job Talk podcast shares stories from people who are passionate and love what they do in their careers. Through conversation, we explore their careers, past work experiences, and the education that got them to where they are now. We are putting together a Career Crisis Ultimate interview series. We are asking experts to give their best advice and guidance around work anxiety, career pressures, career goal setting, and ultimately, career transformation. To learn more about this special interview series and get notified when it's available, please visit our webpage at thejobtalk.com/help. This is the shortened version from our in-depth conversation. Please visit thejobtalk.com to find the full episode.
Today's guest is Kaila Medina. Here's our job talk with an elementary school teacher. My next question is a two-part question. Let's speak to a post-secondary student that's young, that's entering a career. What advice can you give to that person? And then I want to know if you could give any advice to maybe a person that's transitioned to become a teacher in an older age, like in their 30s or 40s. 30s and 40s is still young, by the way.
I know, right? Okay, so someone who's just starting out and thinking about teaching, university, I don't want to knock on university, but it does not adequately prepare you for this job. You learn the theories, you learn how to make 10-page lesson plans, which is great, but that is just not how it is. Where your really valuable experience will come is when you're doing your student teaching practicum. You're going to learn so much from the teacher you're paired with. Just take everything in, ask so many questions. And there's a lot of resources out there now with Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, where you can get so many ideas that are going to be so valuable to you when you actually become a teacher. You just got to get through those university years, and then the real fun stuff comes, and the real practical stuff will come when you start teaching. So, I guess just be prepared for that. And then someone who's thinking of going into teaching, just be prepared to sacrifice a lot of time, because when you leave at 3:30, 4 o'clock, your brain doesn't shut off. It's constantly thinking about the next thing you need to do. The workday never ends. You never stop thinking about work. There's always a new thing you can do, something you can improve on, or something you need to complete. Your brain can shut off like June 30th. Like, that's when I stopped thinking about teaching. But it's just that mental, never having that break from the work, from the job it's pretty challenging. So
yeah,
if you're okay with that, it's a really great job, but just be prepared to, not have that mental break, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think makes a great teacher?
A great teacher is someone who is passionate, so always trying to make themselves better. Some people, they do one lesson and repeat the same lesson for the entirety of their career. But for me, I am always thinking of how I can improve myself. So I think that constant improvement, you can always do better. So I'm always challenging myself to do things in new and creative ways. So passionate, and just someone who can get to know the students on a personal level, who knows how to connect with them, challenge them, engage with them, and just your students are gonna love you. Just making those personal connections, making jokes with them, that's what they remember. That's what they go home and talk to their parents about, is the funny things you do in this classroom that day. They don't talk about what you teach them. They talk about the other stuff. So someone who's really good at the other stuff. So engaging with them in a more personal way that's not so related to what you're teaching, I think makes a really great and memorable teacher.
Memorable teacher, yeah. And I have a few from my history. And speaking to you, I'm sure you're one of those teachers as well. Kaila, thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course.
Just the fact that you are in a position that was basically on the front lines during a global pandemic, I just want you to know that we really appreciate teachers, and thank you for doing what you do.
I appreciate you. Thank you for talking to me, and this was really fun, and I'm glad I got to do it and do something I've never done before.
Awesome.
So thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to the Job Talk podcast. For more information, please visit us at thejobtalk.com. Our podcast music was created by our friend Mike Malone in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.